Hello everyone, welcome back to Breaking Point 2 episode 3. Basically, previous episode we rounded it off by finishing the Hungarian Grand Prix. Fairly chaotic, had a bit of ignoring team orders. There's a little bit of tension within the team, to put it mildly, especially between Devin and Aiden, but that's always a given considering their pre-existing relationship, which hasn't always been the best. They've always been more rivals than teammates. But anyways, we're back again. Got a bit of news. Let's have a look. We're still at the Hungarian Grand Prix post-race. Breaking news from phone call. Oh, it's Davidov.
Davidov.
So, I had a word with Aiden.
And?
Nothing to worry about. Don't think there'll be any more problems.
What did you say?
Doesn't matter. We level with each other. Just leave Aiden to me from now on.
And, what about Devon?
What about Devin?
We both know it wasn't the comms, right?
Andrea, listen. Devin may push his luck from time to time, but I won't have his integrity questioned. If he says it was the comms, then you know what to do. Yes?
Right. Sure. I'll have them checked again.
See that you do.
Okay, so maybe my previous opinion of Davidov is maybe slightly changing now, because previous episode he seemed like he was on the up and up, the way he had his little chat/pep talk with Aiden outside of the briefing room after the briefing was basically tanked by Devin's outlandish claims that he couldn't hear the team orders to move out of the way so that Aiden could pass. And but it seems now Davidov is definitely standing up for his son, and his supposed integrity. But anyways, Devin's a douche. Case in point. Case closed, rather. There's a lot of stuff going on. Let's got some stuff from Sebastian Vettel. Hashtag Duncan Seb. Yep, he announced his retirement. Obviously, yeah. So we are playing the 2022 season technically. You could call it a parallel universe of what we're experiencing in real life. Alonso to Aston, yes. So it's very interesting. A lot of stuff going on. Lots of moves. Let's have a look at our social media. At Mario F1, Ada Jackson playing down his rivalry with Butler there in his post-race interview. Well, yeah, because I don't want to blow this out of proportion. The media wants what the media wants, which is they want that juicy, information. They want the goss. They want to create something big from nothing, even if it may be something of substance there. But, but Tiamat Mark Duke, say what you like about Jackson. This is a response to Mario. Jackson certainly is fair. We certainly are. We're trying to be fair, despite our reservations about Butler and his involvement with the team. We're trying to play the team game, at least from my opinion. Let's check our emails. Got a couple here. Phil Paget, update on comms, who double checked as requested. 0 problems or faults. Okay. They even tried to cause a fault to replicate what could have happened during the race, and they've come back perfect. Interesting. Between us, I think the problem may lie with the driver. Let us know if you want us to keep going or if you want to draw a line under it. So, Andrea definitely caught between a rock and a hard place with Devin's conduct and Davidov's, I suppose, wavering stand, and where, whether he supports Devin fully or whether he doesn't. It's a lot of political infighting going on within the team. We'll continue on to the next chapter. Something to keep in mind. I will probably be doing voiceovers for the races from here on in. Yeah, I'll probably be just doing voiceovers for the races, just because I'm finding it hard to concentrate to speak. And when I listen back to the previous few episodes, a couple episodes rather, I'm yelling a lot into the microphone when I'm doing the driving. So I will just concentrate on the race, and I'll just do voiceovers. So, anyways, something to keep in mind. Let's have a look at some stuff some decisions Andrea has to make. Sold out merchandise. New team on the grid has its advantages. We are either sold out or running low on stock for some stuff. With our merch, had a word with the sportswear division. They can't increase production without affecting other corner sport lines. Issue is a bit bigger than just your F1 interest. How should we handle this? Increase. That's something we can't select. Increase production. It's a lot. Oh, okay, because of our reputation. We need a reputation level of 3 in order to select it. That's very interesting. Well, okay, fair enough. Well, we'll have to make do what we have. R&D department have been in touch. They're keen to shift focus solely towards the 2023 car. There are some conflicting opinions in engineering. Where should they focus their efforts? Okay, easy gains. You know, well, we're only Hungaroring. That's basically halfway through the season, isn't it? Yeah, I think we should start focusing on 20. Well, I suppose we can focus on both, and it'll increase our performance as well, by the looks of it. So, yeah, increase performance, down a reputation.
What about CALI MAYER? Was she on your radar at this point?
Of course. She was making big waves in F2. And Ackerman would not shut up about her.
Oh. New character. F2 sprint race. F2 driver CALI MAYER finds herself dominating the competition in sprint race at Zandvoort. Not content to sit out in front leading the race, MAYER and the team at Trident decide to opt for an unorthodox strategy. Okay, this is going to be very interesting. So, we'll see. I might talk through this race or I might not, and I'll be doing a voiceover. You'll find out when you're watching this episode.
Here's our race leader, CALI MAYER. She has been blisteringly fast around Zandvoort here today.
And look at that! She's going into pit!
Interesting strategy they've decided on there. She has been lapping at rapid pace, but is this the right call?
Yeah, it's a bold move, for sure. Looks crazy to me, but let's find out.
Here she goes then, on brand new tyres. The rest of the field still sticking with their original set. Where exactly does CALI MAYER come out? Let's see.
Well, that's a bit of a bold strategy coming in. Basically, the very final few laps, switching out those hard tyres to some fresh new soft, sticky tyres, sticky Pirellis. And now, our primary objective is to win the race. And our first target is Duin. So, yeah, this was quite a race, actually. I was actually sweating driving this. I absolutely enjoyed driving the F2 cars, particularly in F1 22. They felt a lot more intuitive and enjoyable as we try and stick it up the outside. Didn't get the move done, but we get DRS for good measure and drag Duin out the exit up that corner. And we try and just beat him into this little bit of a almost mini chicane / hairpin. Managed to get the job done, giving a bit of space to him, and came out the other end of that corner unscathed. Got the job done. A little bit squirrely though on the exit. Overall, not too bad. This strategy is basically a little bit reminiscent of the recent Austrian Grand Prix where Max Verstappen decided to pit. Very last moment to swap out his hard tyres for some soft tyres to go for that fastest lap, although the difference between the two situations here, that was, I believe, Max's call, although here, I believe it's Team Trident that made the call for CALI to come in and swap out those tyres rather. 6 laps to go, we're closing in on Nissany, and we've got DRS for good measure. Just sending down the inside, the full Ricardo, managed to stick the move, went a little bit deep, but gave Nissany plenty of space, and they reciprocated as well, and got the job done on them. Nissany dispatched. Now chasing down Deruvula as we fast forward further up lap 10, closing the gap, and that Red Bull livery looking very nice and very shiny in the sun as we're slowly inching in and setting down the inside. Managed to stick the move again, making sure we leave plenty of space for them. And definitely no inquiries from the FIA stewards, hopefully, on that move. That was fairly clean. Time to chase down Fittipaldi, our next target, who's in P8. This was definitely, I was definitely wondering how the heck are we gonna win this race. It's lap 10, only 5 more laps to go. You know, and for all intents and purposes, the AI on this story mode it's fairly decent. You know, it's not overly it's challenging, but not overly challenging. As we cross the line, start lap 11, ascending down the inside straight into turn 1. And do we make the move? Yes, made the move stick. Wow, that was a late lunge. That was proper honey badger stuff right there. As we also set the fastest lap actually from the previous lap, and middle sector is our personal best. First sector is the fastest out of the entire grid, which kind of makes sense as we get DRS now closing in on Porsche down the main straight and dragging ourselves on his slipstream. Can we try and send it down the inside, setting our fastest lap yet again down the inside on Porsche and Iwasa as well. I hope I pronounced that correctly. A little bit of bump and grind there, a bit of a shove almost. Hopefully that was fine according to the FIA stewards. It doesn't look like they didn't make any sort of note about that, although I feel like in real life that might be something that they may take notice of. As we fast forward, lap 12, DRS, dragging ourselves as we pass 2023's F1 debutant Logan Sargent as it comes back around because we made a hash of that entry into the corner. Bit of push and shove going on there. Probably didn't give him as much space as we should have, but overall made the move stick. As fast forward, Armstrong, DNF, and yellow flag in sector 1 there. But that's going to play into our hands as we close in on the podium positions. Currently in P4, Sargent takes P5 because of Armstrong's DNF. Really trying to close the gap here on Hauer. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. As we fast forward lap 14, closing the gap on all 3 podium runners at the moment. One thing that I'm trying to get used to with F2 cars is the way they downshift much slower compared to F1 cars. But we're managing to get the slipstream here now and see if we can dive down the inside. Oh, a little bit of push and shove, almost argy-bargy. Gave us space though, there's plenty of racing room there. And that move was definitely fair game.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
Yep, it brings us up a place into the podium standings now. P3 as we chase down P2, Novalak, and P1, Liam Lawson. Liam Lawson actually making waves in F2 as far as I'm aware. My knowledge of F2 is current, as we've really been late on the brakes and trying to maximize the distance we're making on Novalak, as we've got a bit of a run out of that exit. Tried to have a little bit of a look into the penultimate corner, but didn't work as we grab a bit too much curb for good measure as well. Unsettles the car, but not too bad. Damage mitigated as we drag ourselves up the main straight, past Novalak and past Lawson as well. And we can thank DRS for that particular move, and that is a job done. Wow, this was absolutely this was sweat inducing, I tell you. As fast forward lap 15 across the line, CALI takes the win.
CALI Mayer, take a bow. What a masterclass to finish first here in the Netherlands. It was such an unlikely strategy from Mayer, but she and the team have made a success of it. What a race, what a performance, what a genuine joy to watch. Our drivers are making their way out for the podium celebrations, and it's going to be Trident picking up the winner's trophy. Congratulations to the entire team for coming out on top in that amazing race.
I don't know, for whatever reason, the podium music isn't playing, you know? I'll have to check my settings. Ah, that was intense. Whew, alright.
CALI, what do you put your success down to this season?
Oh, I'd say probably my speed.
In what way?
I find lapping faster than everyone else really, really helps. Casper.
No.
Seriously though, I have a great team around me, and This guy, more than anyone else, has been pretty useful to have around. Casper, what are you shy? Come up here.
Yes, okay.
And CALI says you've been a factor this season, Casper.
I'm not the one driving.
Didn't agree with my tyre strategy, though.
This one has no respect for her elders.
But can you give us more detail as to the exact role that you're playing, Casper?
None whatsoever. It's all about her.
He's probably right, to be fair.
So, were you already in touch with Casper Ackerman at that point?
Ackerman and I go way back.
Okay. Well, we'll have to find out what happens and how Andrea and Casper go back and their, the history of their working relationship. But that was very interesting. First time playing, I think, a female character in the F1 franchise, so that at least to my knowledge. So that's pretty awesome. Very intense race. I do love driving the F2 cars. I do remember them fondly from F1 22. I only played them just a little bit here and there in multiplayer races, and definitely they felt a lot more intuitive and fun to play, especially with the assists off. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. As always, leave a like, subscribe, and leave your comments down below. And yeah, stay tuned for the next episode. But until then, take care of yourselves, and I'll catch you guys very soon.